Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Maliha Jan and I'm currently a master student in University Science Islam Malaysia. Today I will be presenting my study title Social Dynamics Among Medical Students in Kashmir, a descriptive analysis during the double lockdown. This research explores how medical students in Kashmir navigated a unique situation where two major lockdowns overlapped, creating what we call a compounded crisis. Moving on. Uh, to the background of the study. Medical education, as we know, is not just about learning theories. It thrives on peer collaboration, mentorship, and clinical exposure. These social dynamics are crucial for professional growth and identity formation. Globally, the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted these social learning environments and forced students to rely on online methods. But in Kashmir, students faced a double lockdown. First, in 2019, the abrogation of Article 370 that led to curfews and a complete communication blackout. No internet, no mobile networks. Then, almost immediately after the COVID-19 pandemic brought a second wave of restrictions. So while medical students worldwide were adapting to online learning, students in Kashmir had no digital access at all, leaving them uniquely vulnerable. This led us to ask what happens to medical education when both political and health crises converge. Moving on to the aim of the study. The aim was to examine how this double lockdown affected the social dynamics of medical students, specifically their communication, peer relationships, sense of academic belonging, and coping strategies. We wanted to document their lived experience and highlight the unique challenges faced by students in conflict afflicted regions. Moving on to the methodology. To answer this question, we adopted a qualitative descriptive approach. Participants were selected in medical college in Kashmir. Total number of students that were selected were 8 final year medical students. These students had lived through both lockdown, the Article 370 communication blackout, and the COVID-19 restrictions. We conducted semi-structured interviews online via Microsoft Teams between January and March 2025. Then the data was transcribed and analyzed thematically using Brown and Clark's six-phase framework supported by Atlas TI software. We also ensured that full ethical standards, informed consent, voluntary participation, and complete anonymity for respondents were there. Moving on to the key findings. The analysis revealed four major themes. Communication breakdown. Students described being completely cut off from peers, teachers, and even family during the Article 370 lockdown. One respondent said all sorts of communication were blocked. It was impossible to connect with family or friends. Number two, loss of academic belonging. With colleges closed and no senior guidance, students felt disconnected from their academic identity. Clinical training was especially missed. As one student explained, missing out on hands-on experience was a major setback. Theoretical learning alone was not sufficient. Number three, psychological impact. Prolonged isolation triggered anxiety, stress, and difficulty reconnecting socially after the restrictions eased. A participant admitted social anxiety was the first effect. It hindered our interaction after the abrogation of Article 370. Number four, adaptive coping mechanisms. Despite challenges, students showed resilience. They improvised with WhatsApp chats when the internet returned, leaned on family support, and created their own entertainment like cooking, indoor games, and sharing downloaded movies. Moving on to the discussion. These findings show the compound crisis produced multiplicative effects. The disruption was far deeper than COVID-19 alone. Globally, students lost classroom interaction, but in Kashmir, they lost both online and offline platforms. This erased informal learning networks like peer study groups, senior mentorship, and casual discussions that are critical in medical education. While students demonstrated remarkable resilience, family support, and creative coping, but it could not replace the professional socialization that comes from clinical practice and peer mentorship. This suggests that crisis response framework in education must be context specific. Solutions like online teaching assume internet access, but in political unstable regions, communication may be deliberately restricted. That requires an entirely different preparedness strategy. Moving on to the conclusion. In conclusion, this study highlights three key takeaways. Number one, the double lockdown in Kashmir caused profound disruption to medical students' education, identity, and mental health. Number two, students showed adaptability and resilience, but their coping strategies could not fully replace lost academic belonging or clinical learning. Number three, policymakers and institutions must design tailored crisis strategies for political volatile regions, going beyond standard online solutions. Ultimately, these students will soon enter the healthcare system, and the gaps in their training may carry long term consequences for both professional confidence and patient care. Our findings therefore stress the urgent need for context-aware educational policies that protect student learning in times of compounded crisis. Moving on, thank you so much, everyone, for your time and attention. I would like to acknowledge my co-authors and especially the medical students who generously shared their experience with us. Thank you.